Hi, everybody. My name is Cody McCombs. This is my wife, Kayla. We've been together for about 14 years, married for 3, and coming on the podcast today just to share some insights about marriage and kind of the pros and the cons and all of that good stuff. Let's get into it.
Get into it. Cody, how did we meet?
All right. So, way back in 7th grade, we were coming into middle school, and we had a little ice cream social, and I thought I was this cool kid. Now I just got my first cell phone, and had the hots for some girls at that point in my life, and went out with some of my buddies. Joe and Isaac were here too, and we were all daring each other to go up. There was this cute group of girls, and we were all playing what are the odds and betting each other who would go up and try to get some of these girls' numbers. And so I was like, all right, man, I got this, and went up there to get your number, but ultimately ended up getting you and your twin sister's number at the same time. And so that was fun. That's how we first met.
What a dog.
Yeah. Got your number and kind of went from there.
You want to tell them how you spoke to both of us, played us both?
I did. Not too proud of that, but yeah, it was kind of see maybe which one I could get and have a little bit of fun and yeah.
How every love story starts.
Yeah.
Play the field.
Ice cream socials, man. That's where it's at, 7th grade.
12-year-olds.
So why have I always been the one?
Oh, that's a good question. I think the best thing that everyone says is how down to earth you are. Everyone loves Cody. He is the light in everyone's life. All his friends, everyone has such good things to say about him. I think what allowed us to get through 13 years has been your drive. You're a very driven person. You've always had good high goals for yourself and kind of took me along the way. And yeah, you have very good values that aligned. And look at you. You're handsome. You're outgoing. What else
Dang.
is there not to love about you?
Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Man, it's hard to top that. I feel the same. For me too, is more of like you said, the beliefs, finding someone that shares kind of your core values. Faith is big for us. And I think it's carried us a long way, in our early dating days into our marriage. And just kind of your love for the Lord and, family values as well was big for me. And then also just what's big for me is, being together that long, we've obviously gone through some pretty difficult times in our life. And you've just always been someone that, I can trust, come home to, and just want to be with even on my, lowest days. So
yeah,
you brighten me in pretty much every way.
Oh, you make me cry on here. Oh my God. Is that loud?
Oh my goodness.
Yes, we'll allow it.
Guys, if you have a pet, this one's for you. Finding the right vet is a lot like dating. You deserve someone who shows up, makes time for you, and actually listens. That's Sploot Vet Care. Sploot is Denver's premier veterinary network, here to make pet care simple and stress-free. Same-day appointments, 365 days a year across multiple convenient locations. With an easy-to-use app for booking and chatting with your vet team. From preventive wellness and urgent care, Sploot is your pet's perfect match. Book today and get $60 off your first appointment with code TF160. That again is TF160. Go ahead and book at splootvets.com.
So you guys were together 11 years before getting married. Was there a single moment you guys knew you guys were the one, or was it just kind of a steady buildup?
I remember the very first time Cody looked at me and told me, I'm going to marry you. And that was...
Where was that?
We were in college, and it was at my girlfriend from college, her wedding. So what were we, maybe juniors in college? Juniorish year. And so I was in the wedding as a bridesmaid, and Cody was my +1. And we were, weddings are always mood. Everyone's feeling the love. Love's in the air. And I think we were on the dance floor, and you just looked at me and were like, I'm going to marry you one day. And I was like, instant melt. Oh, I'm going to marry you one day.
Dang.
The rest is history.
Smooth.
Yeah, smooth.
But it definitely was a build-up. First and foremost, we've been together since 12 years old. We basically grew up together. We don't know anything different. We're each other's best friend. So first and foremost, we're best friends.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. We broke up a few times, obviously throughout high school, right? even like one serious time in college where it possibly could have ended.
Yeah.
But eventually it led us back to each other. Thank God. But yeah, for a second there, like that breakup we had in college, I thought it was over for good. But I would say it built up after that. Like when we got together the last time, it was for real. Like we want to be with each other to eventually get married. At least that's how I felt. And it kind of built up for me. To be honest, the reason that took so long is because you kind of have a good high taste in a ring. And I knew it was going to take me quite a while to.
Do you see this thing?
Yeah. I knew it was going to take a while to be able to get that ring. So I knew I knew at least 2-3 years before I bought the ring that I absolutely wanted to marry you. It just took a while to get the ring. All right. What values would you say our marriage is built on? Is it important to have shared values?
Oh, of course. I think no relationship's going to survive without values. I feel like there's like 3 to 4 values in a relationship that's going to make or break it. Like you have to agree on religion and beliefs. Like, do you believe, do you not believe? And then like, what does that look like when if you want to start a family, how you're going to raise them? That's other things. Like, do you want kids? Do you not want kids? Like, what's your family dynamic like? And then probably, what's another one?
No, we did before we got married, we did like a premarital.
Finances.
Finances, yeah.
Finances. You have to agree on finances.
So we got the pillars:
make or break relationship.
Faith, family, finances.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, I agree. We did do like a premarital marriage counseling, class before getting married through the church, and honestly, that was the best decision we ever made because even though we'd been together for that many years, we'd never actually sat down and been like, how what do you believe finances should look like? How do you feel like we should? Do we do joint accounts? Do we do separate?
Yeah.
What is that? And everybody's situation looks different, but for us, it was like the first time we actually had those deep conversations and thank God that we, aligned on a lot of the same beliefs and ideas and things like that, which has helped our marriage. But
I highly recommend premarital counseling. Like whether you think you have it, you know everything about each other, or you don't, like it digs deeper and like gets questions answered that you didn't even think about to ask. So I highly recommend.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about giving up on our marriage? What made you push through instead of leaving me?
No, I wouldn't say I've ever thought about giving up on our marriage because, we both believe that marriage is kind of a one-time thing, right? And, you're leaving your mother and your father and becoming one. We believe in that covenant with Christ. But like, I'm not saying that that doesn't make marriage difficult, right? There's definitely been some times where, it's been tough due to personal things, due to, family things, and even with each other, maybe having like disagreements and stuff. And maybe not trying, we're not quite the people that we want to be yet, but we're trying to become that person. So that's definitely been tough. And, sometimes we've really had to look, ourselves in the mirror and kind of take back and be like, all right, like what do I want? Where do we want to go? How do we get better? How do we improve our marriage and things like that? But I wouldn't say ever giving up.
No, I think, and as far as the marriage goes, like if you can have the same values and if you guys can have communication, like that's what's gonna, you can get through anything at that point.
Yeah.
I think our communication has been huge. Like that's the reason why we're still here. We've made it through 13, 14 years of knowing each other because we know how to talk to each other, ask questions.
Yeah.
We kind of can pick up when someone's not doing okay and how to work through that. So
I will say my communication was not always the best up front.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've come a long way in that regard. But yeah, being younger, not really, telling you things or being open about things. So that was definitely tough at
like
times.
the time I lied about going to a strip club without you.
Oh, yeah.
That's another story for another day.
Yeah, honesty, fellas, honesty.
Is it harder to keep the spark alive the longer it goes?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I think it's important to, like, our lives are so busy. Like, we both work full-time in healthcare, like 7 days, sometimes longer in a row. We only have a couple days off together. So being able to maximize our time together when we're off is important. If we don't, like, plan to do a date or, like, go, we often will plan a date to go get dinner together. And that's, like, the time. You have to carve out time for one another.
Yeah.
And prioritize that.
Which we've done a good job. Like on our off days, we really try to, like you said, plan things together. Even if it's like go to the beach for a day, go watch a sunset, like whatever, like a dinner. But like you said, like healthcare, not only are our jobs like, super busy, but they're very stressful weeks because we do like a week on, week off. And so like during those times, like it's so hard, it's easy. We kind of see tough things, and it's easy to kind of shut off sometimes. So we've done a good job about separating work. Like when I leave work at work, and I come home and just look forward to, seeing you. And I feel like that's been big because if we let kind of that weight carry on us, it would kind of reflect on each other.
Yeah. I think another reason that we keep the spark alive too is we moved to a new state. We knew absolutely no one.
Yeah.
Had no friends, no family, and it's just like you and I. Like you and I have to figure out life together. I don't know, and it's always exciting. There's always new things to do and see. So that kind of keeps the spark alive.
That was probably the best thing we ever did, right? Because we were so comfortable at home. We had all of our best friends there. Our families are there. Everyone's there. We're so comfortable at home that, even without each other, we're okay. But then you go all the way to Florida from Montana, and like you said, nobody. You feel alone, and you got to get through those tough times with only each other. And we had to build a friend group and a good base of people down in Florida, which we've done, which is cool. But that was tough. And then also, I would say, like, it sounds kind of corny, but like we do this thing of like, how can I serve you better, like this week or whatever. So sometimes, we'll always try to ask each other what we need. Like, how can I serve you? And we'll do that and kind of pick up the slack when needed.
He leaves me love notes.
Nice.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Do you think jealousy still shows up in our marriage? And if so, how do we handle it now versus back in the day? 12-year-old Kayla and Cody.
Yeah. Back in the day, jealousy was big. It was, for sure. But honestly, we've been together so long. We have so much trust in each other and so much honesty that, like, to be honest, I mean, I know I'll let you answer, but I don't know. I'm not a very jealous person because I trust you and I just feel secure in my marriage. But no, like sometimes maybe a little bit of jealousy within myself, right? I want to be better in different ways. But like, as far as no, I wouldn't say so.
Well, I say I'm like not jealous in the sense that like I ever would have to worry about something happening between us. Like you would never ever sacrifice a relationship. But you also tend to entertain some situations longer than I like. And I'm like, do I need to get jealous right now? Do I need to like separate this friend that Cody just met? Like, I don't know.
Guy friends too.
Maybe I get a little jealous, but it's all in good fun.
And I'm just like very extroverted too. Like I just love.
You're so outgoing. So you like will make friends with anybody.
Yeah, I just like to talk to people too. Like get to know where they're from, what they do, things like that. But yeah, I could see how at times.
What's funny is we moved to Florida, right? And like we're both young, whatever. We still like will go out to get drinks with friends, whatever. And he always gets hit on way more than I ever have. Like I think I've maybe gotten hit on twice since I moved to Florida.
It's because they feel bad for me because my height. Yeah.
Well, according to some other girl at the bar, when I wasn't there, you're the perfect size.
Oh, Red Lodge, Montana.
Did you forget about that?
All the 5'9" short kings out there, go to Red Lodge, Montana.
You have a chance if you're 5'9",
you are the perfect size there, guys. Yes, that is true. All right, we on to the next?
Yeah. Do you remember where we were?
What's one hard truth about marriage no one tells you before you commit?
Honestly, I think everyone has this perception of when you get married, everything's just instantly perfect. Like it's all rainbows and butterflies. You guys made it to marriage. You check that box. Like now it's only happy and on to the next happier thing that's going to happen. Which, it is. Like marriage is exciting and I'm so glad we did it, but it doesn't eliminate challenges. We still, have hard careers. We have to work through emotional stuff that we go through. There's still loss in each other's lives. We have to be there for. And we still have disagreements. Like we're still human. I still want to go buy an expensive purse here and there if I feel like I've worked hard, and you might have a different opinion about me going and buying an expensive purse. So, again, it just goes back to our communication, and we have good communication about that stuff.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like for the longest time, everyone told us you get married, you buy a house, you have kids. But I don't necessarily think that's true for everybody's situation. And there's a lot in life, and I feel like you kind of got to go and, with what you think's best in, in your marriage and what goals you have. But yeah, no, it's definitely not always easy. Like you said, you have to put a lot of work in. And sometimes like when there's weeks that like, say I need help and I can only give 20%, you have to give the other 80. Like that weighs on you because you're already picking up so much, and I'll say it. So like when I'm on my 7 on, it's extremely difficult for me to kind of be present because the hours. So we actually don't see each other at all for 7 days at a time because we're both 7 on, 7 off, but she works overnights and I work like a swing shift. So we don't see each other at all for those 7 days. And Kayla really picks up the slack on those 7 days and like does the grocery shopping, does the cooking, does the cleaning. And like, I really appreciate that. So thank you. But just kind of like filling each other's needs. And then when we're off, like if I need to pick up the slack and help you, because, you know, you want a little break. So.
Do you think we've changed to meet each other's needs? Or do you think we've just learned to be more tolerant of the things that we differ on?
No, definitely. I think at first we were just being more tolerable. Like, I think that's kind of how it started. But I think like since we've gotten married, we've actually changed, like to really meet each other's needs. Because there was things that I was missing. And like, I just had to be vocal and tell you, like, you know, because there's certain things that everyone needs, you know, as a person to help, you know, help them be better in whatever way. And like, if I don't feel like I'm getting that from you, then how can I be the best, you know, how can I be the better person for you then if I don't feel like I'm getting what I need? And so I feel like we have had like those actual conversations since being married of like, no, like, you know, this is what I really need. These are my absolutes. Everything else, you know, we can work on. So I think we've done a good job about actually having those like foundational talks.
I think we've definitely changed. I mean, we all can grow as a person. I think that's what's been so special in our marriages. We're willing to like change to better ourselves, to, you know, not only meet the other person's needs, but make ourselves better too. You can always learn from someone, whether you're like dating them or just a friend, whatever. Like there's always something to learn. So staying open to that and being willing to hear each other out and what they actually need from you, probably one of the biggest tips you could give.
All right. What do you look forward to in our next chapter of marriage?
I feel like we're getting to the age where we're like, oh, do we want to have babies? Like, probably within the next year.
Surprised we haven't had a few babies.
So,
just joking.
So I think that will be exciting. I mean, like we mentioned, we love travel. So I'm most excited to probably get another international trip and then maybe start having some kids. I don't know.
Can you imagine some mini Codys in this world?
They better not be mini Codys.
Oh my God.
Or Joes.
Yeah, or Joes, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, or Joes.
Isaac would be perfect.
Oh.
I'll do it.
Yeah, you'll do it.
You can raise me.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'm looking forward to kind of the next chapter with, you know, having little kiddos, raising them, figuring out where we're going to live. Because right now we're in Tampa, but we don't know what our long-term, you know, picture looks like.
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure that out as well.
Well, folks, thank you for coming on and being our first married couple.
We are honored.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, you guys did a great job. Thanks for all the insight. And
what an amazing display of love we have here today on Table for One. Go check out Kayla on TikTok and Instagram, doing some travel ambassador things. Yes. An amazing program.
If you want to learn not only how to get wholesale pricing on all things travel, you can also become an ambassador like me and make a lot of money doing it. So.
That's what we like to hear.
Follow me.
Thank you guys.
Thanks.